expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on and the man. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice. From contracts to torts, he's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's throwing up your feet. Learn about the law, that's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on and the man. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice. From contracts to torts, he's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious. Attorney Marks, he's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on and the man. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice. From contracts to torts, he's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's throwing up your feet. Learn about the law, that's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on and the man. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice. From contracts to torts, he's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills.
Okay, so good evening sa inyo mga ate at kuya, and welcome ulit sa ating another segment, no, which is Under the Law episode 52. So this is actually simultaneous, live po tayo sa ating Facebook. If you want to search Facebook, mahanap nyo ko doon, at saka dito po sa ating TikTok. Sa TikTok, ginamit ko lang phone, so wala tayong makita ng mga burloloy. Pero kung we're going to jump into Facebook, makita nyo, meron tayong total visual aid. So, pag-usapan natin ngayon today is pag-usapan natin today is about nuisance candidates. Alam naman natin na next year is darating yung ating halalan, and dahil sa halalan, kilala nyo naman yung isa sa pinakasikat na nuisance candidate na si Rastaman, no? Kilala niyo si Rastaman, 'di ba? Yung sa nagra-run siya sa Senate. Ano ibig sabihin ng nuisance candidate? So maraming tanong, pati ako I'm actually had a problem about sa nuisance candidate. Kung saan today pag-usapan natin yung we have two cases, no? So since we have two cases, we have here the Alban versus Comelec, a March 2022 case, decided case ng March 22, 2022, at saka De La Cruz versus Comelec, a November 2012. Yeah. So Ano bang issue natin dito? Simulan muna natin sa De Alban versus Comelec. Usapan dito is nuisance candidate, ha? Yeah. So, ang tanong muna is, ito, no? Paano ba natin ito pag-usapan? Okay? If a person cannot prove his financial capacity to run in an election, will she be barred on the ground of nuisance candidate under the law? So, once upon a time, no, we have here po na isa tayo sa si petitioner dito, si De Alban. Si De Alban ay lawyer at saka teacher. Yeah. Wala siyang financial capacity kasi according sa Comelec, baka di daw kayanin yung financial na need ni De Alban na magtatakbo siya na senator. So, ang problema ngayon right now is paano ba magtatakbo yung senator? Kailangan ba malaking pera mo? So, normally, of course, senators have lots and lots of money. But this time around, si De Alban ay, what lang siya, lawyer siya, teacher siya. Hindi siya nag-run as kagawad, barangay chairman. Basta, diretso kagad siya sa senator. Nag-run siya. Sabi ng Comelec, ikaw ay nuisance candidate. Dahil una sa lahat, ikaw ay walang financial capacity. Ikalawa, isa kang teacher at saka lawyer. You will create confusion. Pangatlo, wala kang tinakbuhan na political candidates before ka nag-run sa senator. Ang sabi naman ni De Alban, ako ay isang lawyer, ako isang teacher. Ang pangarap ko lang ay tumakbo bilang senado para tulungan. Ayun, tulungan ang edukasyon, ang agrikultura. Now, about naman sa financial capacity, ako po ay gumagastos din. Gumagastos ako sa political banners, yung mga gastos ng mga tarpaulin, at saka sa social media like Facebook ads. Ayan. Sabi ng Comelec, hindi pa rin, kulang pa rin yun. Kulang pa raw yun. So mukhang natatagilid si Manong, parang si Manong lawyer, si attorney De Alban. Ang sabi ni De Alban, kailangan ko lang i-elevate to sa Supreme Court kasi sumusobra na kayo. Wala siya sa 1997 Constitution. Gumagawa ang Comelec ng paraan para hindi ako makatakbo. So, ang question right now is, if a person cannot prove his financial capacity or wala po siyang pera or hindi niya ma-prove na malaki yung budget niya to run in an election, will he or she be barred on the ground? Barred yung stop or cancel or revoke or pagbawalan on the ground na isa siyang nuisance candidate. So, ano sabi ng Supreme Court? Okay, sabi ng Supreme Court, ito ang basihan natin, no? So, you can see here, no, sa ating mga Facebook viewers din. Nuisance candidate, ano ba ibig sabihin ng nuisance candidate? Sabi sa Section 69 ng Omnibus Election Code, tandaan nyo, pag tumakbo kayo sa eleksyon, ang titingnan natin ng una-una is Omnibus Election Code. Yan po yung batas na nangangasiwa sa halos lahat ng batas ukol sa eleksyon. Ayan. Magkano yung ginagastos, ano yung nuisance candidate, ano kailangan mong gawin, anong gagawin ng poll watchers, ayan po, yan. Omnibus Election Code po yan. Ayan. So, ang sabi sa Section 69, nuisance candidate, the Commission or Comelec may motu proprio or upon a verified petition of an interested party refuse to give due course or to cancel COC or Certificate of Candidacy if it is shown that said certificate has been filed to put election process in mockery or disrepute or to cause confusion among the voters by the similarity of the names of the registered candidates or by other circumstances or acts which clearly demonstrate that the candidate has no bona fide or bona fide. Yun, bona fide intention to run for the office for which the certificate of candidacy has been filed and thus prevent a faithful determination of the true will of the electorate. So, yun po yung sinabi po ng ating Section 69 ng Omnibus Election Code. Ano ba yung mga, sige, chap-chapin muna natin, no? Una, nuisance candidate ang isang tatakbo, no, na kandidato, kandidato, yun, tatakbo na kandidato sa eleksyon, nuisance siya kung una, yung gagawin niya is to mockery, para kumbaga mang-trip, mang-power trip lang, disrepute, or to cause confusion. Like say, for example, pangalan ko si Attorney Mox, tapos yung tatakbo na kalaban ko, hindi naman niya pangalan si Attorney Mox, pero nag-Attorney Mox din siya. So, that is create confusion. So, yung ating boboto is naguguluhan kung ano kayo pipiliin ko. Attorney Mox ba na ito ba yung Attorney Mox na si Attorney Mox na kuya sa batas? Or Attorney Mox to na doppelganger or gaya-gaya lang. So, ganun siya. Yun yung nuisance candidate. Oh, okay? Or, yung nagpapakita na yung candidate ay nagpapakitang no bona fide intention. Wala siyang intention. Manggugulo lang siya sa to run for the office. Ang pinaka number one example dito is yung case, hindi case, yung issue ni Rastaman. Rastaman is always running for senatorial candidacy for 2 times or 3 times ata. Palagi nakita na sa Jessica Zoho, sa TV Patrol, ganun. Palagi na lang po siyang nagra-run. Sinabi nila na nuisance candidate daw si Rastaman because he has no bona fide intention to run for the office. Now, yung issue ni Di Alban dito, sabi ng COMELEC, wala daw siyang intention to run for the office dahil wala nga daw siyang pera, tapos hindi naman siya nag-run before ng mga election positions. Alright, no? Kumbaga, wala siya, teacher at saka lawyer, nag-run ng senator. Yun. Okay. Ano ano ba may sinabi pa ng Supreme Court maliban sa Section 69? Sabi dito, wala namang sinabi na financial capacity is necessary or a financial capacity equates to nuisance candidate. Sinabi lang dito, manggugulo, walang intention, tatakbo. Si Di Alban, meron siyang pera. Ang problema nga, hindi ma-prove sa financial capacity. Go. I'm working. Now, okay. Yun yung 6069. Section 69 yung una. Okay, sorry. Mga anak ko makukulit eh. So, Section 69, yun yung una. Section 69, yung sinabi, una, wala doon sa sinasabi ng COMELEC na nuisance candidate si Di Alban. Next, sabi naman ng ating Supreme Court sa under Omnibus Election Code, walang karapatan ang COMELEC na mang-power trip na wala naman sa batas. Kasi ginamit ng ating COMELEC yung Section 69 para lang sabihin na hindi pwedeng tumakbo si Di Alban dahil sa kakulangan niya ng pinansyal. Kasi sa Section 76, Ministerial Duty of Receiving and Acknowledging Receipt, which provides sa Section 76 na Omnibus Election Code, the Commission, Provincial Election Supervisor, Election Registrar, or Officer designated by the Commission on Election, or the Board, or the Board of Election Inspectors under the succeeding section shall have the ministerial duty to receive and acknowledge receipt of certificate of candidacy. Ibig sabihin, ano ba ibig sabihin ng ministerial duty? Ang ministerial duty, basta pasok lang doon sa qualification, basta pasok lang doon sa requirements na hinihingi ng batas, walang gagawin ng COMELEC kundi tanggapin nyo. In the case of Di Alban dito, sabi ng COMELEC, hindi namin tatanggapin yan kasi kulang ka ng financial capacity. Ang tanong, or yung financial capacity, ang tanong sabi ni Alban, saan mo nakuha yun na law? Section 76 states already na kailangan mong tanggapin. COMELEC has the ministerial duty, wala siyang discretionary duty. Okay, take note of that. Now, sa 1987 Constitution, sabi ni Alban, tingnan natin yung 1987 Constitution. So, sa 1987 Constitution, sabi dito sa Article 6 ng Legislative Department, Section 3, this is actually ano ang requirements ng tatakbong senator. No person shall be senator unless he is a born natural citizen of the Philippines. Number 1 yan. Number 2, on the day of election at least 35 years of age, 35 years old. 3, able to read and write. Fourth, a registered voter and a resident of the Philippines of not less than 2 years. 2 years immediately preceding the election. Ibig sabihin, yun lang ang nirequire ng 1987 Constitution, no? The highest law in the Philippines. Sinabi doon, kailangan mo lang, uulitin ko, senators are only required to be natural born citizen, 35 years of age on the day of election, able to read and write, registered voter, and resident of the Philippines for 2 years preceding the election. So, ano sabi ng Supreme Court dito? In some, sabi na court's ruling, the court upholds the constitutionality of COMELEC's authority to motu proprio refuse to give due course or cancel the COC of a nuisance candidate under Section 69 of the Omnibus Election Code. However, please take note na nito. However, the court ascribes grave abuse of discretion on the part of the COMELEC in canceling the Alban COC pursuant to an erroneous interpretation of the law and for the lack of supporting substantial evidence. The court reminds that the COMELEC that the candidate's bona fide intention to run for public office is neither subject to any property, qualifications, nor dependent upon membership in a political party, popularity, or degree of success in election. Yan ang desisyon ng court, Supreme Court, in the case of the Alban versus COMELEC. Ibig sabihin, kahit hindi ka mayaman, kahit wala ka pang pera, o hindi ka pa tumakbo bilang isang politician, yan, nag-run ka diretso President of the Philippines, nag-run ka diretso Vice President of the Philippines, nag-run ka Senator, wala na, hindi ka dumaan sa Mayor, hindi ka na dumaan sa Vice Mayor, hindi ka na dumaan sa Consul, wala, dire-diretso na. Anong mangyayari? Pwede yon as long as hindi ka nuisance candidate, yung hindi ka nang pa-power trip. Kung wala kang pera, it is still allowed because 1987 Constitution did not stop you. Alright? Did not stop you to run. Take note of that case, no? So, ang lesson natin dito is that kahit hindi ka mayaman, pwede kang tumakbo, no? As long as hindi ka nuisance candidates ng COMELEC. Ang COMELEC naman, hindi dapat mang pa-power trip, ha? The moment pasok yung requirements mo, kailangan tanggapin ng COMELEC. Wala na siyang gagawin pa, kundi tanggapin na lang ang katotohanan. Siya po ay kailangan niyang isabihin na approve and you are now allowed to you are allowed to participate in that election. So kahit ano man yan, kahit anong position man yan, that's okay. Okay. Next, we have another case, no? The case of De La Cruz versus COMELEC. De La Cruz versus COMELEC, it is a November 13, 2012 case. Ang question dito is, what happens to the votes in favor of nuisance candidate that has the same surname as that of the other candidate? Okay, let's go dive on the facts of this case, no? Facts muna tayo. Okay, once upon a time, si De La Cruz, nag-run siya as vice mayor. Yan. So, si De La Cruz, nag-run siya as vice mayor. Tapos, may nag-run din ng vice mayor na apelido din si De La Cruz. Tapos, meron nag-run din na isa din na vice mayor. Alright, so tatlo na sila. De La Cruz, at saka yung iba. Kung nakalimutan ko yung isang pangalan dito. Basta, that's not the case. Ang case natin dito is yung result of the issue. Yung De La Cruz na yun, itong De La Cruz na to, yung isa dito ay bigla na lang siya nag-run. Ginaya niya yung apelido ni De La Cruz na si De La Cruz ay tumatakbo ng pangalawang consecutive term as a sanggunian, as a member of sanggunian which is sa vice mayor. Nag-run siya ulit sa vice mayor. Yan, or sangguniang panlalawigan or panglungsod. Ito namang De La Cruz, dumating kagad, bigla lang darating siya, tapos yun. Yung nanalo, pagkatapos ng casting of votes, yung si pangatlo na hindi De La Cruz ay nanalo. Ang benta lang nila is 39 votes. 39 votes. Ang sabi ni De La Cruz, nuisance candidate yung isang De La Cruz kasi hindi naman siya kilala. Bigla-bigla na siyang dumating. And he has or she has 530 votes. So ano ang nangyayari sa issue ng nuisance candidate? Kasi ang sabi ng COMELEC dito, pag nuisance candidate, example, ito yung case De La Cruz at saka yung isa. Alright? Yung isang De La Cruz, nuisance candidate, anong mangyayari sa 500 votes niya? Anong mangyayari sa 500 votes niya? Sabi ng COMELEC, cancel, X, wala na, tapong basura na, wala na. Ang hinihingi ni De La Cruz ay kunin, no? Yung votes na sa kanya is, yung votes ng ating De La Cruz na nuisance candidate, mapunta sa kanya. Yun ang hinihingi niya. Gusto niya talagang hingi nun. Now, okay. Anong nangyari? Anong nangyari dito? Sabi ng Supreme Court, sabi ni De La Cruz, kunin ko yan. Ano sabi ng Supreme Court? Unahin muna natin, ha? Okay. Article 9 of Batasang Pambansa bilang 881 or the Omnibus Election Code. Ito yung mga basis natin bago natin sagutin yon. Ang tanong muna, yung nuisance candidate na kaparehas ng pangalan mo, pwede mo bang ma-absorb? Ma-absorb ba? Nakasing ka pa nga pangalan mo. Tapos makancel na yung kanya, yung candidacy niya. Section 72 sa Omnibus Election Code, sabi dito, this is the effects of disqualification cases and priority. Okay. Sabi ng COMELEC, ito yung reason namin. Alright? So, the Commission and the courts shall give priority to cases of disqualification by reason of violation of this act to the end that a final decision shall be rendered not later than 7 days before the election in which the disqualification is sought. Okay. Ito yung highlight, yung major highlights to. Any candidate who has been declared by final judgment to be disqualified shall not be voted for and the votes cast for him shall not be counted. Ibig sabihin, pag ma-declare ang isa na disqualified, yung boto niya ay hindi na counted. Oh, ano mangyari? Ano mangyari? Okay, we have a COMELEC Resolution 4116. No, also cited in Martinez, a very popular case, a 22 case, Martinez versus H-RET. It's a 2010 case, no? Ito sabi dito sa COMELEC Resolution 4116. Sabi dito, consider the foregoing and in order to guide field officials on the finality of decision or resolution on special action cases, disqualification cases, the COMELEC resolve as it hereby resolve as follows. Pakinggan nyo medyo mahaba, pero pakinggan nyo na lang yung sasabihin ko, okay? The decision or resolution of NBank on nuisance candidates, particularly whether the nuisance candidate has the same name as the bona fide or bona fide candidate shall immediately executory. Hindi niya maintindihan yan. Medyo kanya technically. Next, the decision or resolution of a division on nuisance candidate, particularly where the nuisance candidate has the same name as the bona fide or bona fide candidate, shall be immediately executory after the lapse of 5 days unless a motion for reconsideration is seasonably filed. In which case, ayan, ito yung pinaka-highlight, the votes cast shall not be considered stray but shall be counted and tallied for the bona fide or bona fide candidate. All resolutions, orders, and rules inconsistent herewith are hereby modified or repealed. Ibig sabihin, yung De La Cruz dito, at saka yung kalaban, yung De La Cruz dito na nuisance candidate, declare nuisance candidate na mayroong 500, ay napunta doon sa De La Cruz. Kung saan, siya na ngayon ang ginampanang bagong vice mayor ng Bugayong. Bugayong ba yun? Basta siya yung vice mayor. The court's ruling. Here, Aurelio was declared a nuisance candidate long before May 10, 2010 elections. On the basis of resolution of numbers 4116, the votes cast for him should not have been considered stray but counted in favor of the petitioner. COMELEC changing the rule on votes cast for nuisance candidate resulted in invalidation of significant number of votes and the loss of the petitioner to private respondent by slim margin. So, I think yun yung pinaka-essence po natin ng ating under the law, which is yung nuisance candidate. Ano ba yung parang na-learn natin dito? Moral lessons. So, moral lessons po natin dito is, if you are nuisance candidate, basta lang nang-power trip ka, wala kang intention to run, at saka, kumbaga, same name kayo, pero hindi ka naman bona fide na tatakbo. Wala lang, gusto mo lang talagang manggulo, no? Or magkaroon ka ng create confusion to the names. Kasi of course, no, yung apelido pinaka-importante sa pagboto. Pwede kang matanggal at yung boto mo, yung boto noon ni nuisance candidate ay pwedeng lumipat doon sa bona fide na candidates. Yeah. So maraming salamat po sa mga ate at kuya nating nanonood. No? We're currently live in Facebook and also live in our TikTok. Dami pa po nating mga TikTok, mga viewers din po, no? So, maraming salamat po, no? Ito po ang inyong Kuya sa Batas po. Nagsasabi sa inyo na mahal ninyo ang inyong asawa dahil sila po ang tunay na batas. Magkita-kita po tayo bukas. Mag-iisip na naman ako ng bagong law or batas na alamin natin. For more information, you can just jive and you can PM me, notary man or legal consultation or legal advice. Nandito po ako, Kuya sa Batas po ninyo, always on the action. Bye-bye and see you tomorrow! Bye!
I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious, the turning marks. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to toys. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's going up your feet, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert. No one like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to toys. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other.
Wait lang.